Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. It is Friday the 3rd of October, and that means we are officially 15 days out. Even when I'm like, every day I'm like 15 days out, 14 days out. It's almost like, you know, when you're going on holiday to a new place and you like can't sort of imagine what it's going to be like. I feel like I had that feeling a little bit younger. You sort of know what places are like now, especially when you've been to quite a few places or you see it online, you sort of know. But like, yeah, I don't know. I get that feeling when I'm like sitting here, I'm like 14 days out, 13 days out, 12 days out. And it just feels like, it still doesn't feel like I'm going to do it because I've never done it. Like I've never, like all of the, like the getting in there, like getting the bike box, putting my bike there, traveling with my bike, and then we're going to go there. It's going to just be me and Tara, and then we've got the videographer flying out, and then we're going to be like the check-in, last few rides, sorting race day nutrition, packing my bags. Yeah, it's weird. There's still a lot that needs to be done, and I actually need to get on top of it. Like Tara is more organised than me, and Sophie's more organised than both of us put together. And she finds it insane that somehow Tara is the organised one out of both of us, because I don't know what it is. It's since school. Like I'll leave something until I have to do it. It's like when I'm going to work. Like I'll leave like just enough amount of time to get to work, or like if I'm going somewhere, I will leave like just enough time, even I'm sitting at home. Like, yeah, it's not a good trait, and that's why. I can't afford to be stressed. Like I know I'll be stressed if I leave it, yet I leave stuff. So Tara's on my back, making sure we're getting things done. There's just a few things we need to do, like tri-suit. That's probably a bit late for that, but I need to get a tri-suit. I've sourced the bike box from Toby. So shout out Toby, my good friend, who's been a massive help during this journey. He did the sort of similar thing last year. He sort of helped me out with my first bike and finding that, and telling me if it's good or shit and all that sort of stuff. Just been a good soundboard, really. So he's sorted me a bike box, and he's going to help me sort of take my bike apart, put it in there, put it back together, just so when I get to race day, when I get to Portugal, there's no sort of nasty surprises left. We've sourced the bike box yesterday for Tars from someone in Brighton, so that's positive, because there was someone called, I'm not even going to say the name, it's not worth it, but there was someone in Brighton that like rented out bike boxes. They don't have them over that date, so we're like, fucking hell, we've got to find someone else. Luckily, Instagram come through, and that's what I've absolutely loved. I've built like a like-minded community of people where like super fucking helpful. Like I was sort of worried, because I'm like, is it sort of disrespectful for me to come in from outside of triathlon and go straight for my first IronMan? Whilst some people definitely thought it was stupid, and rightly so. Everyone's been nothing but fucking supportive and, you know, helpful, and yeah, which is really great. So we've sorted that. Sorted my bike box, got like race day nutrition to order, and just, yeah, like start getting my things together and start putting into the side of my room, just so we're packed, because literally it's probably like 10 days until we leave. We leave not this Tuesday coming, so it's Friday, so not this Tuesday coming, the following Tuesday we're flying out. So yeah, it's not long at all to get all this shit sorted and make sure we have everything. But the good thing is, like, if we do forget anything, or we've got obviously Sophie coming out the day before, and we've got James and Ellie coming out 2 days before. So yeah, we've got people coming out should we forget anything, but I'd honestly rather not forget anything, and I'd rather be prepared. So yeah, that's a little rundown. Like, just, yeah, feels like I'm never going to be there, and it just feels like I'm going to be making these vlogs and training forever, but it's not. It's soon going to come round, which is just surreal. So Friday today, got a pretty action-packed day. I'm sitting outside the gym now. I should have gone in already, as ever, but I'm going to go in now, lift full body for about 45 minutes to an hour, smash that out, and then I've got a haircut at 9:30, going to get that done, and then I've got a whopper of a swim session to do indoors in the pool. So I need to do that swim session, and then I should, speaking of Toby, I should be going to his, and he's going to help me. I've got some new wheels, and he should be helping me put my new wheels on. So we spoke about that in the week, but I don't know if anything's changed. I need to message him, see if that's all good. So yeah, that is today. 15 days out, gonna get after it, going to the gym now, and as ever, I'll take you along for a standard but a good day. Last few big sessions, and then we begin tapering from next week, which is very exciting. Let's go. friends, welcome back. Am I looking slightly more fresh compared to when you last saw me? The time is now 10 past 1 p.m. I better round off my session at the gym. Decent session, 45 minutes, in, out, job done. Was feeling a little bit like, I find it quite often, like sometimes I just feel like tired. Like my alarm went off at 7. 7 is not early. Like when I used to get up 4 a.m. PT at 5 o'clock till 6 o'clock and go to work at 6 till 2 and then come on and crack on with the rest of my day. Like I don't usually have an issue at getting up, whereas now it's like my alarm went off at 7 and it literally felt like my alarm was going off at like 3 a.m. So, and I'm like, because it feels like my life, it's like, why am I so tired? But it's not really normal to be training like 14, 15 hours a week, is it? So I think it just cumulatively adds up and sort of gets on top of you. And that's one thing my coach said to me a few days ago, actually. What did he say? He said, great work, some really good signs heading into Portugal, mate. Made some mad progress, so well done. You're doing the work under a lot of load at the minute, so I'm looking forward to seeing how you go when we freshen up last big few weeks to get it done. So yeah, and it's absolutely right. I'm under a lot of like load at the minute, so it makes sense. But yeah, pretty tired. And then decent session. Went to get a haircut. As you can see, haircut done. Had some breakfast. Sorted out a few things. And now I'll show you what I'm doing. It's been a long time since I've done this. So what I'm doing is using a bloody YouTube to MP3 converter, because I've got these swimming headphones, of which I got from AliExpress. So yeah, I'm going to test them. I've got a swim to do. So what I'm doing is just downloading some tunes. But what I'm going for, instead of downloading tune by tune, I'm just going to download like mixes. So like house mixes, techno mixes, and all that sort of stuff, because that is a music I enjoy. I've got quite a varied music taste, but I used to be quite the party goer. Sort of 2019 was my peak year. A lot of IB for raving. So I like that sort of music still, but I quite like a lot of rock music at the minute. Maybe it's when I used to sort of hit 25. It's like, okay, so like the old AC/DC, Rolling Stones, like Guns N' Roses, Metallica. You sort of get into it. We're growing a moustache, a little bit of mullet, you know. But yeah, just download some tunes. So if I sort of get electrocuted, frazzle and die, then don't want to put a bad omen on myself before I go swimming. Then you know why. But yeah, just putting a few mix on there to get me going, and I'm probably going to head to the pool. I haven't heard back from Toby just yet, so I assume he might be busy, which again is fine. But I do really want to put my new wheels on, because they're actually sitting just there, just here in my room where they should be, waiting to be put on. So yeah, putting a few things in here. Then probably just gonna head to the pool in a minute, get that out of the way. I'm sort of dreading it. It's quite a fucking whopper of a session, but not many more of those left, not many more. So is this going to be like one of my last proper like big swim sessions? And then I'm going to use the headphones and think, why the fuck have I just trained for 10 months or nearly 10 months without using headphones? So we'll see. We're going to load a few of these on there and then get this done, and then come home and then crack on with some work, some editing as ever. I need to script out some new videos. I really want to make some content that sort of encapsulates the last 9 months of work. It's just sort of hard to think of, but especially now as we get closer to race, I want to make more content on like, oh, I've gone from here to here, and sort of, because I'm now towards the end of my journey, I want to encapsulate what the journey's been. So when people are following me now, it's like, you know, they can sort of understand where I've come from, because most people probably see my thing like, oh, start with no experience, whereas some people that follow me forever are here because of me almost drowning, but a lot of people don't know that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put some of these tunes on, and I'll keep you posted with what I'm up to. We're at the pool with my swim session in a sandwich bag, and I'm about to try these headphones underwater. So yeah, I will let you know how I get on. But this is the swim session we have at hand. Warm up, 400 meters easy, 4 times 100 meters, 50 as a swim, 50 as side kick drill. Blech! Hate that. Main set, 800 meters, pull buoy and paddle. which is going to be fucking lovely. 600 meters, just paddles. 2 lots of 400 meters. 50 as strong and smooth. I put SS, I'm pretty sure that's strong and smooth for 50. 50 easy, and then 10 seconds between. 4 times 200 build, add pressure to stroke, 10 seconds between, and that is the full session. That's a fucking whopper. So just as well, I've got these headphones and hopefully they work, because that is a long session, and swimming is quite frankly boring. So we'll see. And I'll put you in my glove compartment, and then I'll see you when I get back out. I drive home in complete silence because someone's just had a big slap in the face of reality after their first swim. Worse than I thought. I'm worse than I thought at swimming. Quite a bit worse, to be fair. Tonight, my head is spinning. I'm ever so sorry. I got too excited after that swim and I didn't wrap up that video because it's now a few days later and I'm having to do it now. But that swim of my life. Yeah, so I swam my first 5,000 meters. That is not what I went in there to do. I believe I said, it's about 3,800 with all like the drills and stuff like that. The drills I explained. And then when I got to 3,800, I was like, I'll just go to 4,000 because that's like my max. That's my most, and that's my most, and then that matches me my longest ever swimming. And I was like, I haven't swum like anywhere near 4,000 in a long time. So I was like, whilst I'm here, I'll do 4,200. And then when I was there, I was like, I'll go a bit more. I'll do 4,500, and I'm like, oh come on. I find with swimming, I'm like, because I don't swim fast, and I know like if I was really giving it something, it'd be much harder. But it's not like quote unquote hard. It's just like more like long and laborious and boring. But I was like, I'm at 4,500. Can I not spare another 10 minutes to get like a PB? Who knows when I'll be swimming 4,500 again? Whilst I'm here, I may as well do it. And yeah, the 5,000 was breached. So yeah, I've got to say a big shout out to these headphones from AliExpress. My God. Like, even though these are like the AliExpress ones and they're obviously the cheaper version, but now I know how swimming feels with these underwater headphones on. I'd pay the full price for shocks. The difference that makes, it's like, these are great as well. Like, I can't compare these to shocks, and shocks probably are better, but are you going to complain for like some £13 underwater headphones? Like, they were so good. Like, vocals are slightly harder to hear underwater, but I find like any sort of like beats and like bass, it almost sounds better. It almost like when you go in, I don't know if you're ever a kid, but you ever like played music when you're in the bath and when underwater, it's like proper like, and I was like listening to like some tunes like, and I was swimming, and I'd like switch the song, and then I had like a house mix, and I had like sort of like more an up-tempo house, and I sort of had like hard techno. Then I downloaded the Linkin Park Hybrid Theory, and I listened to the whole of the Linkin Park Hybrid Theory album, and I was like, that's got to be, I know there's not many unique experiences left in this life, but I was like, that's got to be one of them. I just listened to the whole of Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory on underwater headphones from AliExpress and swam my first 5,000 meters, which is just, yeah, crazy. So it made a big difference with those. A lot less boring, but in my opinion, swimming's still boring. Swimming's one of the ones where I have like decent sessions. I have sessions where I'm like really enjoying it, and I have some sessions where I'm just like staring at the bottom of the pool. I'm like, please make this end. But that, I knew it was gonna be one of those things where I wish I got those sooner. I wish I got underwater headphones sooner, but alas, we got it done and we can use them today. So yeah, I'm not actually dreading today's swim so much because I've got these, but more onto the 5,000. It's just, that's probably one of my proudest achievements of this prep. 5,000 is just absolutely insane. 5k, like less than 9 months ago, I haven't even run 5k, and I couldn't swim 25 meters, and I've just swam 5 fucking k. Yeah, although this was in the pool as well, it's been a massive confidence boost going into Portugal. Although, and it's not in the sea, but it just shows I've got like the stamina and I've got the conditioning to swim that much essentially. So it's definitely been a confidence boost going into Portugal, and yeah, I felt really fucking good doing that, and I felt fine when I got out. It wasn't like I said, I swam at 2 minute 14 pace, which is actually not a bad pace at all to be swimming that length of time in. But nearly 2 hours in the pool is just like unfathomable. And even when I started with my coach that I'm with now, maybe 3 months ago, I was, as some people may know, some people might not know, I was chronically using the pool boy. So essentially, when I had my swimming lessons, I had 3 at the start of the year, still couldn't swim after, and then I discovered the pool boy. More importantly, the herb, hoob, big boy, which is like double the newtons of a regular pool boy. I put that between my legs. I was like, all my fucking issues are fixed. I can now relax in the water, don't have to worry about my legs, focus on my stroke, and I can breathe. And that's when I started to do like my first 1,000 unbroken, my first 1,500, my first 2,000, my first 3,000, all this. I started gaining it really quickly. And then from there, because I started coaching myself, I just swim 3 times a week, so still getting that frequency in. I'd get in the pool boy between my legs, and I would not stop. Pardon me, I would not stop until I got the time done. So that is what I did, and then I sort of told myself I couldn't swim without the pool boy. And now people were actually right. I realised now I've been in the sea with a wetsuit, like it really does feel like you're swimming with a whole body pool boy. But my issue with that was, what happens if I sometimes turn up to a race and you can't use a wetsuit? I'd be fucked, because in my head I was like, I can't swim without a pool boy. A lot of it was just habit, and it was just getting me out of the habit of using it. And that's when I first started my coach, I fucking hated it, because he was setting me like drills, specifically the sidekick fin drill, which I absolutely hate. But I stuck to it. I was terrible at it. Felt like I was drowning, swallowing loads of water. But I stuck at the drills he set me, and kept hammering them. And then before long, like, being honest, it was like, I think I was like 3 months out, 2 months out, and I was still struggling to swim 200 meters without a pool boy. Like, honestly, I was actually struggling, and I was really happy I swam like 800 meters without a pool boy. Like, that was bad, and that sort of put questions in my mind of like, what the fuck have you been doing? And then I kept at it, kept swimming longer without a pool boy, kept sticking with it, and now it's like, I don't even think about it. Like, when I do sets with a pool boy, and it feels fucking lovely, but I can swim without very fine. And I think all of that 5,000, I think like was it like 800 in total with the pool boy and paddles, and then I think it was like 600 with paddles, which I don't actually think makes it any easier. Like, it does move you through fast, but it like fatigues my arm muscles a little bit more, I find. And then the rest with no pool boy, and like now I swim and I don't even think about, I don't have a pool boy. This doesn't cross my mind. So it's crazy how, like, if you just put the work and you stick to the plan and you trust what's in front of you, you will get there. And I just ran 5,000, which is just like, yeah, unfathomable because it's, although it feels like a long time ago I started this prep, it's not 9 months isn't a long time to sort of remember remember how I felt. I remember so clearly, and I will never forget how I felt, like entering the pool and there's people in the pool, and it sort of make, not anxious, but you would get sort of a bit anxious, like, oh, there's so many people in the pool, like, what lane do I go in, or if there's too many people, I'm not that good, and it would sort of put me off, and I would hold people up, or I'd be too fast for the slower lanes, and if there's loads of people in there, I'd worry, and then especially and then even it happened again, like when I was forced to take the pool boy out, I sort of had those feelings again. I sort of had those feelings of like feeling nervous, worrying, and yeah, and you just got to fucking stick to it. And it's crazy what you can do in 9 months with a lot of hard work and a lot of effort, but it does get better. Because I remember literally when people are like, swimming clicks after like 3-4 goes, it wasn't clicking for me. I was like, am I doing something wrong? Am I ever going to get swimming? Will it ever happen for me? Like, I don't know. But then my faith, not my faith, but my belief was that people can swim. You're not asking to change the world. You're asking to. You're trying to swim. Most people can swim. A lot of people can swim in the world. And if they can, why can't I? And in my head, I was like, if I swam every day, it would be unreasonable that I would get good at swimming. So I'll swim more. At one point, I was swimming 4 days a week, and then I brought it down to 3, and I was swimming more and more and more. I was forcing myself to have time in the pool. I was like, the longer I go in the pool, the longer I try, and I keep trying, it will be unreasonable that I'm still shit at swimming. And I essentially outworked to the point where it would make me not bad at swimming, and then taking the pool boy out, focusing on drills, and lo and behold, and we're here. My first 5,000 meters, which is just, yeah, crazy. One of my biggest achievements of prep, and I'm super, super happy with that. So, yeah, I think that's the end of that video. Bit of a long sign off, but a worthy debrief for one of my biggest achievements of this prep. Shout out to the headphones. Peace.